The Computer Learning Works Incorporated is proud to introduce the first truly portable voice-activated release for trap and skeet, the Ventriloquist. The Ventriloquist voice release offers you the opportunity for more enjoyment of clay target shooting. The Ventriloquist gives you the freedom to shoot when you want, rather than when you can find a puller. You can practice at your own pace, and you can also practice that all-important mental side of shooting, the kind of practice that is so difficult to get with all of the socializing that usually goes on at gun clubs. Before we show you how it works, let's watch the Ventriloquist in action. The Ventriloquist consists of two parts, a transmitter with a microphone and a receiver that plugs directly into the release cord outlet. The transmitter and receiver are housed in lightweight, high-impact plastic cases. Here's how it works. The small, lightweight transmitter attaches with a clip. The microphone plugs into the transmitter and fastens comfortably around your neck with a Velcro strap. The throat mic was selected because it is unobtrusive and helps filter out background noise. The microprocessor inside the transmitter listens to all sounds being sent through the microphone. When it recognizes the call for a target, the FM transmitter sends a coded message to the receiver. The receiver is connected by a cable to the regular release cord outlet. All signals being sent to the receiver are screened by the built-in microprocessor. Upon receipt of a correctly coded message from the transmitter, the receiver releases a target. Both the transmitter and receiver use standard 9-volt transistor batteries. The average battery life has been tested at approximately 5,000 targets. Now let's take a close-up look at both parts of the ventriloquist system. A transmitter is available for both trap and skeet. Both versions include an on-off switch, an antenna, a sensitivity knob for the microphone, a low battery light, and a press-to-release or PTR button that allows you to manually release a target. In addition, the Skeet transmitter allows you to choose which targets to release: high, low, doubles, or sequence. When sequence is selected, the ventriloquist will begin with high 1 and cycle through a round of skeet, releasing the correct target or targets for each call. The receivers for both trap and skeet have an on-off switch and target indicator lights. In addition, the skeet receiver has some extra features to allow you to control functions unique to the game. The delay switch allows you to choose the length of delay between the call and release. It has 3 settings. Normal, the amount of delay caused by the reaction time of a good puller. International, a random delay between 1/10 of a second and 3 seconds. Or none, an instantaneous release better than any puller alive. The sequence switch allows you to choose between an American or an international sequence of targets. The number of shooters switch allows you to use the ventriloquist in a squad of up to 5 people. The reset button allows you to restart the sequence from the beginning if the round is interrupted in any way. On the rare occasion that you don't shoot your option at 8, you will need to reset the sequence before beginning your next round. In a moment, we'll show you a step-by-step demonstration of how to use the ventriloquist. But before that, we need to answer a few of the most commonly asked questions. Question number 1. Will the sound of my gun or other noises cause the ventriloquist to throw a target when I don't want it to? The microprocessor in the transmitter is programmed to recognize the human voice and ignore background noises. For example, the microprocessor can tell the difference between a gunshot and a human voice, and it only releases a target when it recognizes a voice. Because each shooter calls for a target in a different way, the sensitivity of the ventriloquist can be adjusted using the sensitivity knob on the transmitter. This allows the ventriloquist to be adjusted to the proper level for each shooter's call. Normally, the ventriloquist can be adjusted so that you can speak in a normal tone without releasing a target. Watch while our demonstrator adjusts the sensitivity. First, we will set the mic to its most sensitive position. The target indicator lights on the front of the receiver light up when a target is released. You will see from the target indicator lights that a target will be thrown when the shooter calls pull.
Paul.
You will also see that a target will be thrown when the shooter talks in a normal voice.
Gary, if I leave the microphone sensitivity in its most sensitive position, as you can see, targets are thrown when I talk in a normal conversational tone.
Next, we will adjust the sensitivity. Watch the target indicator lights when the shooter calls pull,
Paul.
and continue to watch them while the shooter is talking.
Gary, with the microphone sensitivity in its middle position, normal conversation does not release target.
As you can see, a target was thrown when the shooter called pull, but no targets were thrown during normal conversation. Question number 2. What do I do when I'm shooting Skeet and I need to shoot my option, get a broken target, or accidentally release a target? The receiver's microprocessor is programmed to throw your option at low 8. If you need to break the sequence for any reason, you can choose the target you want to repeat by pressing the appropriate button on the transmitter. After you shoot the target, you can return to where you were in the sequence by pressing the sequence button on the transmitter. Now watch as our shooter handles a broken target. Select the appropriate target button on the transmitter to release another target. If you wish to clear the machine, press the Press to Release button. After shooting the target, return the switch to sequence and then continue the round. Question number 3. What do I do when I want to shoot with someone else? There are 2 ways to use the ventriloquist with more than one shooter. First, the PTR button on the transmitter allows you to manually release a target. This allows you to voice release your targets and manually release the targets for anyone else shooting with you. Remember, when shooting Skeet, it is necessary to select the proper number of shooters on the receiver before starting the round. By doing this, the microprocessor keeps up with the proper target sequence for each shooter. The second way to use the ventriloquist with more than one shooter is for each shooter to wear a transmitter and a microphone. Now that we've answered some of the most commonly asked questions, we'll demonstrate step by step how to use the ventriloquist voice release system. Step 1. Remove the components from the carrying case. Step 2. Clip the transmitter to your belt. Step 3. Fasten the mic around your neck. Step 4. Plug the mic into the transmitter. Step 5. Turn on the transmitter. Step 6. Extend the antenna on the receiver. Step 7. Turn the receiver on. Step 8. Select H on the transmitter. Step 9. Set the sensitivity on the transmitter, starting at the least sensitive setting, and move back in small increments until the target indicator lights on the receiver flash with a normal call of pull. Step 10. Go to the Skeet field and plug the receiver into the regular release cord outlet. Step 11. Set the number of shooters to 1. Step 12. Set the sequence to American. Step 13. Set the delay to normal. Step 14. Push the reset button. Step 15. Go to Station 1. Step 16. Select H and release a high 1 with the PTR button. Step 17. Select Sequence and then shoot the round. The Ventriloquist voice release offers you the freedom and flexibility to greatly enhance your enjoyment of both trap and skeet. Whether you shoot to break the straight or simply shoot for the pleasure of the game, the Ventriloquist has the potential to make your game even better. Other products from CLW include the Ventriloquist Dealer, the most versatile target machine controller available. The dealer software and machine interface allow you to turn your personal computer into a versatile and affordable controller for 5-stand sporting or flush and flurry. Also available is the Ventriloquist Flusher, an affordable, self-contained controller for flush and flurry. The microprocessor allows you to control the number of machines, the number of targets, the release interval, and a fixed or shuffle sequence option. For information on how to order the Ventriloquist Voice Release, the Ventriloquist Dealer, or the Ventriloquist Flusher, call toll-free 1-800-445-3038.